Hey, good day to all of you. My name is Blair and welcome to another OS operating system. Today we're going to talk about and take a look into our first look into the Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. So we are now in the welcome page for the installer. We could use it as a testing ground first. So let's try English because I preferred English. On the abilities, before it was not here, but you could change it later at the system settings. So we could see if you want to have a large text, or here if you have some virtual alerts type if you are slow. And we have also the zoom. We could zoom so that we could see it. So it depends on your abilities if you want to change it, but I prefer right now a large text so that you could see everything. So let's click next. The keyboards will be US English. I connect right now into my wired connection, so I don't need the Wi-Fi right now. So the installation, either you could try it or install. I'll try to make it try first. Okay, let's see. This is the pre-installed, the default of our desktop. It just launched last week of April. That's why it is 04, stands for April, and 24 stands for the year 2024. LTS means the long-term support for this operating system. So let's try to download the ISO file. So go to the ubuntu.com and get right here, get the desktop, not the server, because there is also a server and a Raspberry Pi, but we'll just stick into this one, the desktop. We also have some variety or flavors or distros, other distros than our Ubuntu desktop. So let's download. So we have the download right here, source code. You can also ask for that one. The LTS, it's about 6 gigabytes of file, ISO file. The system requirements is 2 gigabytes of dual core processor or much better processor with 4 gigabytes random access memory or system memory to run this OS, with a minimum of 25 gigabytes of hard disk space or solid state drive or storage. Either you can use the DVD for the installation media or the USB. And of course, it will be helpful if you have the internet connection. So what's going on right now? It is 2024. We have a new desktop installer with a support of auto install. Before it was Calamaris, now it is running in Flutter. The new App Center and frameworks is updated, but we still have some bug fixes to have some installation and update for the App Center, especially for the Snap. The Genome 46 desktop environment is also there with the support of quarter screen tiling. So you have 4 squares right here. You could tile it. Advanced Active Directory Group Policy Object support for the Ubuntu Pro user. We're gonna take a look into that later. And the experimental support for the TPM back full disk inscription and the ZFS inscription. So we're gonna take a look into this and try to download the LTS if it is already. So we will wait for about like 10 minutes, 9 minutes. So in Ubuntu 24.04 LTS, there is no welcome page. There is a website, of course, we just been there. So this is their front page of Ubuntu. So if you're wondering why is it Microsoft is here, actually Microsoft is actually using Linux. No offense guys, but yeah, they're using Linux. Of course, the Amazon is also using Linux. AT&T, American Telecommunication, is also using Linux. And of course, Google is also using Linux. Yes, it is a Linux Enterprise open source modern desktop. You can get it through Pro. We're gonna talk about this later, the Pro, okay? But first, we're gonna wait for this download to complete. It's about like less than 6 minutes, so let's just wait. So this is the desktop environment that they have, the user interface. This picture is what we call the desktop wallpaper. The dock panel is up here. We also have the taskbar dock panel at the same time. We could move that dock panel or taskbar into our side or bottom. So let's go to the settings and click the Ubuntu desktop. So the dock is on 48 size right now, but we could also minimize this one into like 30, but it comes with 48. We could position this either in left, in the bottom, or in the right, but I prefer at the left. We can also turn off the tiling enhancement like this one. So it is quarter enhancement of the tile. So let's check out the dock panel right here. On the top, we have the center, we have the time and date. We also have the workspace. Either we could like have the screen completely clean, or on the other side we have actually how many? We have the settings, the Firefox, and the genome boxes. So it's open right now, but if we use the other one, we could like move it right here. So the boxes is right now on the other workspace. And of course we also have the extreme right. We have the notification, including the power button, the settings, screenshots, and the mode, the power mode, balance, or the saver mode. We also have the dark style or the dark mode, and of course we could like disconnect our wired connection because I am using the virtual machine right now. So the appearance, we have different types of wallpaper right here. We have the background. We could switch background. Let's put it on the side. So we could like use this one or this. I think this is Fuji or Mayon or Mount St. Helens. Okay, so we could like change our desktops wallpaper right here. But I prefer this one. It's kind of cute. So what are the default application? Of course, aside from the panel right here, the taskbar panel, We have also the additional drivers: calendar, camera, clock, firmware updater, the G-parted, settings, document scanner, language support, calculator, image viewer, videos, system monitor, LibreOffice, terminal, utilities, power statistics, RealMe, the Shotwell, and the software editor. On the other side, we have the software updater. We have also the start application, USB creator, text editor, and the transmission. Aside from this one, okay? Because if you have on the dock, you could like drag it, or you could like return this one. Unpin, yes, you could unpin it. You could return the help pin to the dock, or the camera, return to the dock right here. But of course you can unpin at the same time. So that is the power of Linux. So we're gonna take a look into our app center, or the app store. So it comes with different application right here. So if you are discovering more about this, Ubuntu desktop has recommendation, like for your office needs, you need to install the LibreOffice. Actually, it is not installed, but I just installed only Office. But of course, you can also use the LibreOffice. For your email client, we have the Thunderbird. And of course, you have also different choices right here. You can scroll down, or if not, you can always click right here on the search button. For example, you are looking for Microsoft. So Microsoft To Do right here. Microsoft Azure also here. Microsoft Instant Messenger, Skype is also here. Microsoft 365 is also here. So if you want to download 365 for your office needs, you can download this one. As you can see, this is my desktop. So I already installed my KDE Partition Manager. I also installed the Only Office, RVLC, and boxes. So regarding the application that you would like to download, for example, we would like to install some of the application for our productivity. We have Only Office right here, LibreOffice. So for example, we also wanted to install the Microsoft. Of course, just type in the Office, and then it will supply you with all those stuff. Office Suite with Office 365. Okay, so you can use this one. It is a minimal. It's about like down there, so I could like Microsoft, just type Microsoft. Okay, we have a lot of Microsoft application. Here's the Microsoft 365. Let's just install it. Of course, you enter your super secret password. While it is installing, we could like look into. So it is a Microsoft 365. So Linux is not really hard. It is easy. So let's try to wait until it installed everything. This is how you install some application right here on Ubuntu Linux 24.04. So we'll try to open either by clicking this one, or we could like go to our start menu. And if you want to paste it right here, just right click the mouse and pin it on the dash panel or the task bar. Let's try to open. So we have our Microsoft 365 right here. so you could like sign in and do whatever you want. So my account, I will not show you my account, but I have the Microsoft 365 if I needed to. I don't want to be locked out from the software that I was like sending my documents and then lock me out because I didn't pay. So that is why it is free. You could always open, but you could not save it. You need to pay if you want to create and share and collaborate. So let me close this one. So this is the first time that I open Ubuntu that there is a welcome page, but this welcome page is just only for the first time. You have to complete some of the additional settings before it runs normally. So let's click next. And this is what I was saying just a while ago, because about this Ubuntu Pro, you have to enable it or you have to skip it. So if you sign up for this Ubuntu Pro, you have 5 machines to be free from the upgrade. But if you skip, of course, you're not able to have this update for 10 years. Because if you sign up for the Ubuntu Pro, you get the security update on wide range of packages until 2034. That's 10 years from now. Fill up the application and the requirement will be on the website, and learn more about this Ubuntu Pro by going at their website at ubuntu.com/pro. Let's move on. Next, we could like enable it or disable, but for me I will just disable this one. So share your system data to the Ubuntu team. I could like send it because this is a test and this is on my virtual machine, so I could like send it so that if there's some problems, of course I could like inform them. Okay, so I agree with that one. And get started with more application, because in this Ubuntu, this is the default after you install. Let's just click show apps. So as you can see, the show apps, it's just limited. You only have Firefox right here on the dock or the taskbar or the panel. You also have the null list, the app center, help, of course the welcome page, and the trash. While on the panel inside the categories right here, you have the clock, calculator, settings, system, monitor, terminal, utilities. Of course, let's try to look into the utilities. We have the advanced network, disk analyzer, disk, document viewer, password and keys, character, log, and font. Let's go back. So we have also the additional drive, framework updater, image viewer. We also have the language support, statistics, software and updates, software updater, startup application, and text editor. That's all you have in this Ubuntu desktop, which is the default after you install. So that is why they let you open this one. But of course, let's just click this finish at the same time, and there you have it. You have this. And next to my problem is that since Ubuntu 2022 or the Ubuntu 2204, the Snap Store has a problem. It has a bug that not yet addressed ever since. So this is a common problem. So how do you fix this one? Because even if you just update this one, of course you try to enter. There you have it. You cannot refresh the Firefox, Snap Store, and the running apps. So how do you fix this? Let's just close this one and close this Snap Store or the App Center and go to the Firefox web browser, and let's try to see if what we could find. So we have to update this one. Okay, let's try to. So you have all the options right here. So this is a ordinary Snap Store problem. We could not have this just today, but this is way back then. So how do you upgrade this one? You have all this information right here. So let's just sudo snap refresh. Okay, let's open our terminal. This is not a user friendly, so this is why I could not recommend for the newcomer to Linux to use Ubuntu, because you have to use the terminal. So let's type in sudo snap refresh. Okay, enter your super secret password. So this is a common error, so we have to do it only on the terminal, but in Fedora you don't need to go to the terminal. Okay, so let's try to open our Snap Store if we have some problems. Okay, so the Firefox is the only one that has problems, so we already resolved this Snap Store, the snap package right here. So we gonna update this one. Of course, enter your super secret password again. This is for security reason. That is why you could not let anyone install on your computer. That is why it is more secure than Windows. Windows, even a virus could enter and install without any knowledge. Okay, so we still have problem. Okay, so unknown, because it is still a snapd. So let's close this one. So I think we need to close the Firefox. I think that is the problem. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so it is not a user friendly for the beginners. I didn't notice that you have to close this snap application. It is not like Fedora or KDE or maybe Big Linux that no need to close. It just update your system. So I could not recommend Ubuntu right now as for the beginners. So let me see if we could open this one, refresh. Okay, so I think we need to just close the Firefox so that it will take effect. This is not a user-friendly conclusion. Okay, let's close this one, exit. Oh, you can also close it as just clicking the X. I forgot to mention that one. We will go to the system first. So the interface is also different. Even the system and the settings, go to about, you have another set of category. So it is running in my virtual machine. I gave it only 25 gigabytes of storage space capacity, while my random access memory has only 8 in this particular application machine. And of course, I noticed that this is running. Let me open. Let's neofetch this one. Neofetch is not yet installed, so sudo apt install neofetch. I hope it's still running. because NeoFetch is already like closing, so there is no update after this month. So the NeoFetch is one of our tool to let our system see all the details. So it is running in the kernel 6.8, so it is on the latest, but not very latest, but it is a one of the long-term support kernel. So kind of cool, right? So that's for our additional settings right here. If the NeoFetch is already gone, so we could also use the screen fetch. So of course you have to copy this one, but can be installed with sudo apt install screen fetch. Okay, so let's screen fetch this one. Alright. Oops. We need to move this one. Okay. So it is running. Conclusion for this installation. The installation is in Flutter, not in Calamares already. It is beautiful and feels modern. It looks like good. It could navigate easily, and of course you're still installing in the background. You could watch the slideshow. It is easy to install. It has also some options alongside your Windows or something. And if it is how about the fields, like it is Mac or Windows, the current popular. It's more about like a Mac hybrid Linux. So that's how I feel. The learning curve is a bit hard, because it is supposed to be for the developers, and now it is jumping into the common users. So it's a little bit hard. I could not recommend this for now, because sometimes you need to update. As you can see, just before I let you see how to update the snap by using the terminal. The learning curve, yes, it's a little bit hard, but not too hard. It's a little bit hard. So that's it for now for our OS operating system, Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. Catch another episode of OS next time. I'm Blair, your science teacher. Bye for now and see you in the next episode. And remember that science means knowing. That is why science is cool. Ciao!